A cautionary tale. This is another little mod that you need to make to the beam control mechanism in addition to the ones I've already shown you. And see where the end of the beam controller hits the leg of the lens holder. Sometimes, maybe one time in 20, you can just see that there's a little swage in the leg. Sorry, and the beam control lever sometimes gets stuck in that. So let me show you what to do to prevent that from happening. If you press down very, very carefully on this leg and use a pair of fine nose pliers to lift this connector, you can disconnect the arm from the solenoid, and then I can show you what's happening. This pressed edge there on the end of the beam control lever is catching on the leg of the lens holder, but also what was happening, where I'd cut this corner off here, I hadn't cleaned up that edge under there, and there was a piece of swarf stuck on there, and so this edge here was getting caught on that piece of swarf. Be very careful when you're holding it not to bend the leg that provides the left-right handed operation. With the solenoid disconnected, you can lift that end of the beam control lever over that controller up to the top, and then lift it over there again, and you can bring it round here. That way you've got plenty of purchase to get at it, and take that corner off round there. Don't take any off there, just take some off from there to there, around that bend. Then just clean up the edge, make sure it's smooth, make sure there's no swarf, no burrs. And the same goes just underneath this corner here. Make sure to clean up that edge, remove any burrs. Indeed, a good idea there, get your fine nose pliers and just on the very, very end of that, just bend it up ever so slightly. You can then put this lever back through there, down over the lip and back up underneath. When you put the solenoid leg back into that hole, push down slightly on the solenoid leg to make sure it's not bent, but you'll almost certainly will have bent that leg down on this lever. So again, with your fine nose pliers, just tip it back up so that it's square with the rest of the lever and not bent down. So that's a little bit of additional information for you about modifying the beam controller mechanism from your original headlight. So I hope you found that useful. You can now go back to where you left off to carry on building.